We are cleaning out the rest of the vulcanized rubber. It was in the bushings that you guys saw me press out with the torch flamethrower.
Okay.
Wish it was a flamethrower.
Yeah.
Got my safety glasses on. Safety third.
Well, the sun's in your face too, so.
Yeah, you know. Gotta stay fresh.
I guess.
Stay fresh.
Good lighting. Your beard looks so good there.
Majestic. Hopefully we'll get those in tonight. We got to drill and tap some grease fittings for the control arm bushings, and then we'll get her reassembled and back on the road finally. Okay, so like I said earlier, we're going to go ahead and we've got all the holes drilled already. Pre-drilled those. That's kind of boring, so I didn't figure you guys wanted to see that. Got the upper and the lower control arms drilled. So now we got to tap. The scary part is tapping for all the grease fittings. Okay, so now we're going to try and press some of the new bushings into the control arms now that we got the grease fittings tapped and all that. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and pull some of the fresh ones out of the freezer along with our deer meat. I know, might eat later, probably not. But we're going to try and get some of those in so we can go ahead and get some more progress done on this little bit of time that I have off of work. So here we go. So now, fresh out of the freezer here, we got the lower control arm bushings, which are specific to each corner. So they're all labeled, which is nice. So now we've got to knock them into these. We're on the lower control arms now, so we got the front outer, which will be on the outside of the control arm. Should slide pretty much right in. Front inner should also slide right in because we got them in the freezer. And the real fun begins when we put them in, because they also come with some washers, because Ford, in their infinite wisdom, didn't make all the control arm buckets square, so you have to kind of compensate for that when you're using not super high play rubber bushings. So yeah. Once those come back up to room temp, they'll be nice and pressed in there, and we'll be ready to rock. Okay, so we're underneath the car real quick. We're checking the rear subframe mounts. So we already checked the other side. We might have to clean this one a hair. It's a little tight getting up in there, so we'll probably grind some. There's a little bit of welding slag and stuff in that. But before we slide the subframe back up in here, we'll definitely clean those out so they have a nice clean mating surface, so they're not chewing up our fancy new bushing. So again, same as before, we're just gonna tap it in, just like Happy Gilmore said. There we go. See, it's nice and tight against this flange here, which is what we want. So now all of our new bushings are officially installed. So to get the inner sleeves into the new Delrin or whatever UHMW plastic style bushing, they just recommend in the directions just to use the large C-clamp, or you can use some of the other removal tools that I have as well. Just press it on in there. Doesn't matter which side. It's got a bevel on one side. So definitely got the right one going in the right hole, so now we've just got to turn it on in here. Okay, so progress update. Got that one in. C-clamp didn't work, so we had to resort to the removal tools to basically press it in. And instead of cranking all of these, basically that whole section of thread all the way down, we decided to cheat a little bit. Good old-fashioned air tools. So yeah, this I might be able to film and hold. So 1 second to get set up here, and we'll try it out. Okay, so I done goofed. Do not use an impact on these, because that nut is now officially stuck on this threaded rod, probably forever. You can see what it was doing to the threads there. It's kind of chewing them up. I'm sure you guys don't want to watch old Cameron here crank on that for the next forever, so we'll be right back. So we've got all the subframe bushings good, all the control arm bushings good, and now we can go ahead and work on reassembly whenever I get myself some more free time here. Still waiting on my headlights to come back. We'll talk about those whenever they show up. Alright guys, so now we're going to work on getting the diff cover on and possibly some reassembly of the subframe so we can start the progress of getting this thing actually back rolling again. We got the fresh diff cover here. Came with some fresh hardware as well. Got that new. Okay, so first things first, we're going to go ahead and pull out all these plugs and get the thread sealant on them so we don't lose any of our fresh new gear oil we're going to put in here.